Hi guys, my name is Leslie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am getting over this really gross virus. I was at a bachelorette party this past weekend in Nashville and 4 of the 14 girls came down with the flu. I went yesterday, I tested negative for the flu, but he said I do have a virus, so just take over-the-counter medications and flush myself with water and all this good stuff. So that's what I'm doing, but yeah, I still sound really gross. So he told me to flush myself with water, and that is what I'm doing. But since I decided to study at home today, I wanted to make a little plan with me video to show you guys how I start a new month. I'm actually gonna be working on the month. My March month is pretty sporadic all over the place, so I'm gonna be redoing my March and doing a clean April monthly and weekly, so you guys can kind of see how I organize stuff and how I lay out everything. So I have my test dates and all that stuff ready. We just got our new school schedule for the next term, which starts in April. They haven't released our syllabi yet, so maybe I'll make another video for my weekly layouts. But my work schedule is out. I just got another email for the needs for different shifts for work in March and April. So I'm gonna go out, pick up my shifts, and kind of show you guys how I lay everything out on my calendar. So I hope you guys enjoy. I use the Erin Condren Live Planner, which I love. I've tried the Happy Planner before. I've had a bunch of different Walmart planners, and this one I think I just like because I can customize it so much. But it's super durable. I actually got the months. I started July 2018, and then this goes all the way to December 2019. So I'll just hop right into it. Done talking. Let's look. So I always start a new month by just having a clean slate, and then I will go and generate my class schedule. We go by terms, so I'll just change my term and then click generate student report. And then when I generate that report on this file, it shows when my skills labs are, it'll show when my simulation days are, it'll show my clinical days, as well as my class days, and then online classes. So what's most difficult for me is online classes because I have issues scheduling and setting aside time that I personally want to work on different tasks that need to get done. So I'll write out every single class that I have. I'll write it on a blank sheet of paper first, just so I don't have any mess ups in my planner. So on the blank sheet, I'll write the class title, the times that I'm supposed to be in lecture, if we have any community service hours that we have to have completed by the end of the term, I'll write those down. And then I'll also make a different category for my online classes, so I can set aside days that I will specifically dedicate to completing my online class assignments. So here you'll just see me jotting everything down. The way that they generate our schedule is kind of confusing, so I just make sure that I have absolutely everything written down, because God forbid I miss a lecture or miss a test because I read my schedule wrong. And I'll even go as far as to double checking with my friends who have the same schedule to make sure that I have all the test dates correct. We have our med math exams during the first week, and then clinical orientation at the end of the term for our next term, and then we have some mandatory meetings throughout the term as well, so I'll just make sure I have all of those down before I go to my planner and write them all in. So now that I have everything written down and I've double checked it, I will go through on this side and write down the weeks that we're in at the beginning of the week, because sometimes our instructors will just let us know, oh, this is due week 5, so I just write it in my monthly view so I can keep track of how far I am in the term. So I'll start by writing down the lecture times that I have. So this term I am in OB or mother baby, and our lectures are on Tuesdays from 12 to 3:50. So I'll go through and write down everything that is set in stone first, like my lecture days, my clinical days, and my simulation days. So this term will actually go through, I think, the first or second week of June. So I'm just going to continue labeling my planner bi-weekly, and then I will start with highlighting certain classes in a different color. So I'll have my OB lecture in pink, and then I'll use a different color for simulation and clinical, just so it kind of pops out. And when I have a monthly view, I can schedule my work schedule accordingly as well. So now I'm done with labeling all my lecture days. I'm going to go through and put my clinical days in blue. I'm actually super excited for this term's clinical because we'll get to be on the labor and delivery unit. We'll get to visit the NICU, and then if our patient actually has to go for a C-section, my instructor told us that we would be able to go and experience that as well. Something that's kind of a downside for this clinical is that we only have 4 or 5 dates at the hospital, which is kind of disappointing, but it just gives me a reminder to make the most of every single day that I'm there so I can experience everything possible. Since now that I've started learning about OB, I'm super interested in, and I want to see if it's something that I might eventually look forward to doing once I graduate and become a nurse. And now in purple, I'm going to put my simulation days, which are days where we go into the simulation lab, we practice our newborn assessment, we practice our pregnant mom assessment, we practice postpartum assessments and stuff like that. So we actually have shorter simulation days. Last term they were 12 hours. This term our simulation days are actually only 7 to noon, which I'm really excited about because although I hate waking up super early, I actually love when I get out of class at a decent time so I still have energy after class or simulation to do some studying or some homework or anything like that. Okay, so now that I have all of my school stuff down, I'm gonna go back in and put my work dates in because, you know, whoops, I dropped something. So I like doing all my school stuff first just so I don't like mess up and schedule work on a day that I have school. You know, the usual. Living life, working and going to school. So our scheduling is online. So I'm gonna go in and pick up some shifts. So I am a nurse tech and I'm considered PRN work scheduling, but I try to go in whenever I can and pick up as many shifts as I can. I'm actually thinking there have been more night shifts available, which I don't really love, but I mean, I'm awake all the time anyway. Let me just like show you guys, sidetrack, how crazy March looks, and it's so gross, and it actually like makes me panic. And then look at pretty April. I'm excited. Anyways, so I'm gonna go through my March and see if there's any dates that I can pick up with March being left over. Honestly, it's so busy, it's like making me anxious right now. So, but anyways, I'll just start with April, kind of show you guys what they have available for April, and I'm pretty sure that I'll just start picking up whatever shifts are available. I'm trying to convince myself the hardest part of all of this is like being such a social butterfly. Like, I like to take my weekends to just chill, but now I'm gonna have to start working weekends, I'm pretty sure, because your girl needs money, she's moving. So now I'm gonna just like add in some work dates, and then whenever I get my online class schedules, I'll have to add in those too, and due dates for those. I'm sure they'll have discussion boards, I'm sure they'll have papers. So with my class schedule, my in-person schedule, and then my work schedule all lined out, that I can go in and fill in the days that I'll be doing my online work. So I always start with just jotting down the days that they need, and then after I do that, I'll go through and check my monthly calendar to see what I have available, and I'll just scratch out the days that I'm unavailable to work. So then I'll go into my work system, our scheduler system, and I will pencil in the dates that I requested, and then once my scheduler verifies them, I'll write them down in pen and I'll highlight them in a different color. So I always write it on my monthly and my weekly view, so I can make sure that I set alarms for when I have to wake up for work, because you know, that's important. But anyways, this will probably be the end of my video. If you guys have any more questions about how I plan for school and how I plan for work, leave them below. If you have any comments or suggestions on how to stay organized, I'm always looking for those. So just also leave those below and let me know any ideas you have of videos that you guys want to see next. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it.